And through this message, through every life I reach, His influence continues. Before I begin, I want you to think of one person who shaped you, not by force, not by power, but by presence. Someone whose voice still guides you, even today. For me, that person is my father. My father never stood on a stage like this. My father never wrote a book. He never chased recognition, but he carried something rare, quiet influence. He didn't lecture me about integrity. He lived it. He didn't demand discipline. He modeled it. He didn't speak about strength. He embodied it. And without realizing it, gradually, he shaped how I think, how I decide, how I lead, and how I live. Even after he passed, his influence did not disappear. Because real influence does not end with a life. Real influence continues through the lives it shapes. Today, I want to talk to you about that power, the quiet force that moves people, shapes destinies, and build legacy. We live in a world that confuses influence with visibility, loudness, and followers. We confuse it with titles. Authority can build and enforce compliance. Fear can enforce obedience. Only influence creates belief. And belief is what moves human behaviors permanently. Influence is not control. It is transmission. When influence is real, people don't feel pushed. They feel awakened. After years of studying leadership, psychology, and human behavior, as well as writing Conveying Influence, I discovered influence flows in 3 channels. 1, clarity. That's the intellectual signal. People do not like confusion. People follow certainty. When you're certain, you're clear. Your clarity will create your direction. The clearer your thinking, the stronger your influence. Second is credibility. That's the trust signal. People listen when they trust. Trust comes from consistency, integrity, and authenticity, not perfection. Authenticity, genuineness. People want to connect with what is real. Influence cannot be borrowed. It must be built. Thirdly, connection. That's the human signal. People move emotionally before they move logically. When people feel understood, they open. And when they open, influence starts. Influence is not speaking to people. Influence is reaching into people. Here's the leadership truth. You cannot influence until you influence yourself. If your mind is scattered, your message weakens. If your purpose is unclear, your influence fades. If your presence lacks conviction, people feel it instantly. That's because people are not only heard. They want to be felt, because influence has to do with feelings. Before you speak, people already sense certainty or doubt, calm or tension, direction or confusion. Influence begins with inner alignment. The world is full of intelligent people. Even in this room, we have intelligent people. We're all intelligent here. But intelligent people struggle to influence. Not because they lack ideas, but because they cannot translate insights into impact. This is the influence gap. Influence is not what you know. It is what other receives of that knowledge you have. Brilliance that cannot be conveyed is silence. And many powerful ideas never change the world. Not because they were wrong, but because they were never transmitted. Across leaders, builders, and change makers, I found 4 consistent signals of influential people. 1 is direction. They know where they're going. Uncertainty weakens influence. Direction strengthens it. Calm, strength. Pressure does not shake them. Calm builds confidence in others. And when you have that calm, people become confident of you. Intentional speech. They speak less. However, they say more. Words are precise, not noisy. The last one is value creation. Their presence improves situations. Influence grows where people value flows. Influence is not performance. Influence is an impact. Influence is not limited to leaders, executives, or speakers. A parent can influence a child. A teacher influences a generation. A mentor influences the future. A single life influences history. Nations are shaped by influence. Movements are built by influence. Legacies are carried by influence. And here's the profound truth. Influence does not end with you. It multiplies through others. Just like my father's influence lives through me, your influence will live through someone else. Influence is power, and power demands responsibility. Influence can elevate or manipulate. It can build minds or control them. Influence is ethical. It does not remove choice. It expands clarity. It does not force belief. It awakens understanding. The highest form of influence is not controlling people, but strengthening people. So how do you become influential? Sharpen your thinking. Clarity creates direction. Build your character. Integrity creates trust. Understand people. Empathy creates connection. Create value consistently. Impact creates influence. Influence glows simply, then suddenly. Let me leave you with this. My father never stood on a stage like this, but he shaped a life, and that's mine. And through this talk, and through this message, through every life I reach, his influence continues. That's because influence does not end with a person. It echoes through people. You may not know many lives you will shape. You may not see how far your influence will reach people or travel. You may never hear the full story of the impact of your influence. But every time you act with clarity, every time you lead with integrity, every time you lift someone instead of controlling them, you are conveying influence. And when influence is conveyed with clarity, credibility, and connection, it does not stop with you. It spreads across minds, across generations, across time, quietly, powerfully, endlessly. Thank you. Wawesi.